The late afternoon sun, a benevolent eye in the vast azure sky, dappled through the dense canopy of the ancient forest, casting long, dancing shadows across the moss-covered undergrowth that carpeted the woodland floor. Every rustle of leaves, every distant bird call, added to the symphony of the wild, a backdrop to the quiet routine of Arthur and his loyal companion. Arthur, a man whose 70 weathered years had etched stories onto his face, as intricate as the forest itself. His eyes holding the deep, knowing calm of someone who had seen much of life, knelt carefully beside Gus. Gus, a magnificent golden retriever, whose hind legs, rendered useless by a long-ago accident, were now gracefully supported by a custom-built wheeled harness, a testament to Arthur's ingenuity and devotion, whined softly. His tail thumped a gentle, rhythmic pattern against the fallen leaves, a comforting sound that had accompanied Arthur through countless quiet hours in the woods. They had been following a faint, distressed meow for what felt like hours, a fragile, desperate sound that had pricked Arthur's heart. His aging ears, though not as sharp as they once were, strained to pinpoint the elusive source of the sorrowful sound, a sound that spoke of fear and vulnerability. Suddenly, Gus's golden ears, ever alert, perked up, swiveling towards a barely perceptible rustle in the thicket of ferns and undergrowth. He pulled gently forward, his wheels crunching softly on the forest floor, a sound that, to Arthur, was as familiar and comforting as his own heartbeat, a sound signifying purpose. Arthur, his heart quickening with a familiar mix of profound concern and unyielding determination, followed, his eyes scanning the dense foliage, searching for any sign of the distressed creature. There, nestled amongst the gnarled, intertwining roots of a towering oak, a sentinel of the woods that had stood for centuries, was a small, vibrant ginger cat, its tiny paw caught fast in a rusty, long-abandoned animal trap. The poor creature was frantic, its small body trembling uncontrollably, its cries a heartbreaking blend of sheer terror and acute pain, echoing through the otherwise serene woods, disturbing the natural peace. Arthur's brow furrowed with a profound sympathy that only a truly compassionate soul could feel, as he assessed the grim situation, his mind already formulating a plan. He spoke to the cat in a low, soothing voice, a voice seasoned by years of comforting both man and beast, his presence a calming balm against its raw panic, a gentle hand reaching out to a terrified soul. Gus, sensing his master's deep concern and the urgency of the moment, nudged the trapped cat gently with his wet nose, offering silent canine reassurance, a wordless promise of safety, a gesture of shared empathy. With careful, practiced hands that had mended fences, built shelters for countless animals, and nursed sick creatures back to health, Arthur set to work. His years of tinkering, problem-solving, and boundless patience finally found a poignant purpose in this quiet, desperate act of rescue deep within the heart of the woods. The task was delicate, requiring both strength and precision, as the trap's rusted jaws held the tiny paw in a merciless, unyielding grip. He spoke continuously, murmuring words of comfort to the terrified feline, his focus unwavering, his breath held in silent anticipation, until, with a soft click and a groan of rusted metal, the trap finally sprang open, freeing the small, injured limb. Having carefully sprung the trap and gently examined the cat's swollen paw, Arthur meticulously applied a makeshift bandage from a strip of clean cloth he always carried, a precaution for just such emergencies. He then gently scooped up the trembling feline, its small body still quivering with residual fear, but slowly relaxing into his embrace. The small cat, initially tense and rigid with terror, seemed to sense the profound kindness radiating from the old man's calloused touch and the warm, comforting lick of Gus's rough tongue against its fur. A soft purr, tentative at first, a fragile whisper of contentment, began to vibrate through its small body, a sign of budding trust. Arthur stood slowly, his joints protesting slightly with a groan that he barely noticed, but his resolve unwavering, his mission not yet complete. He cradled the cat securely in one arm, its soft ginger fur a stark contrast to his rugged flannel shirt, while Gus leaned against his leg, offering steadfast support, a living crutch for his aging master, his presence a steady anchor. The setting sun, now a fiery orb dipping below the horizon, began to paint the sky in hues of deep orange, purple, and rose, casting a golden, ethereal glow through the trees, bathing the forest in a final, majestic light as they began their slow, deliberate trek back towards the familiar path that would lead them home. Arthur carried the weight of the rescued creature with a lightness in his heart. The cat's soft, burgeoning purr, a comforting melody in the otherwise silent woods, a counterpoint to the distant hoot of an owl and the whisper of the evening breeze through the leaves. Gus, despite his disability, moved with a renewed purpose, his wheels a steady whisper against the forest floor, a rhythmic sound of perseverance, his presence a constant source of unspoken encouragement, a silent promise that they would reach home safe and sound. They moved slowly but steadily, the unspoken bond between the man and his two animal companions a palpable, tangible force against the rapidly fading light, a warmth that defied the growing chill of twilight. The image of the discarded trap lying open by the ancient oak, its cruel jaws now harmless, served as a stark, poignant reminder of the dangers lurking within the serene beauty of the forest, a silent testament to the delicate balance of life and the profound importance of compassion in a world that often seemed indifferent to the suffering of its creatures. Days turned into weeks, and the little ginger cat, whom Arthur had affectionately named Rusty for the rusty trap that had once held him captive, became an inseparable and cherished part of their small, unconventional family. The once skittish and wary feline, still bearing the faint, fading marks of his ordeal, now moved with a newfound confidence, a testament to the healing power of love and security. Rusty would now rub his soft head against Gus's golden fur, purring with an almost deafening contentment as the disabled dog lay resting in a sun-drenched patch of the living room, a haven of warmth and security, their shared space imbued with comfort. Arthur would often sit beside them, his worn armchair a familiar comfort, a gentle, calloused hand stroking Rusty's back in a soothing rhythm, while the other rested on Gus's broad, comforting head, feeling the steady thump of the dog's heart. There was a quiet rhythm to their days, a comfortable, almost spiritual harmony built on mutual affection, unwavering trust, and a deep, unspoken understanding that transcended words. Gus, despite his physical limitations, possessed an unwavering gentleness, a profound patience that allowed Rusty to climb and play around him with tolerant affection, often curling up between his paws for a shared nap, a tiny guardian in the embrace of a gentle giant. Arthur, in turn, found a renewed sense of purpose, a profound satisfaction in caring for his two unique companions, their dependence on him a source of quiet, immeasurable fulfillment that filled the spaces in his life that had once felt empty, a new chapter in his story. Their walks in the forest continued, though now with Rusty often perched comfortably on Gus's back, a furry crown atop the golden retriever, his small body a warm weight against Gus's fur, or trotting confidently alongside them, his tail held high, a beacon of newfound freedom, no longer a victim, but a vibrant, thriving member of their unlikely trio. The golden light filtering through the trees, the very same light that had witnessed their first encounter, now seemed to bless their unique, beautiful bond, a testament to the transformative power of kindness and the unexpected, profound connections that can blossom in the most unforeseen circumstances weaving a tapestry of shared life. The forest had become more than just a place. It was a character in their story, a silent witness to their evolving love, a constant, comforting presence in their lives. Months bled into years, each marked by the changing seasons and the deepening, unbreakable bond between the old man and his beloved animals, a bond that grew stronger with every shared sunrise and sunset. Arthur, now leaning more heavily on his worn wooden cane, its polished surface smoothed from years of use, a loyal companion in itself, would often sit on a sun-dappled patch of mossy grass in their favorite clearing, the very spot where he had first tended to Rusty. The air was often filled with the gentle hum of insects and the rustle of leaves, a peaceful symphony of nature. Gus, his golden fur now dusted with streaks of silver around his muzzle, a testament to his advancing years and the many adventures shared, would rest his noble head on Arthur's lap, his eyes, still bright and full of love, fixed on his master, a profound connection passing between them without words. Rusty, now a sleek, robust cat, his ginger fur a vibrant splash of color against the greens and browns of the forest, would curl up contentedly beside them, a warm, purring bundle of contentment, a picture of tranquil domesticity amidst the wild beauty of the woods. Their faces, etched with the passage of time, with laughter lines around Arthur's eyes and the quiet wisdom of age, reflected a shared history of unwavering love, fierce loyalty, and profound, quiet companionship. The forest, once the site of a desperate, harrowing rescue, had transformed into their sanctuary, a sacred space where their unique family found solace, joy, and profound contentment in each other's unwavering presence, a refuge from the outside world. The haunting memory of the frightened cat caught in the cruel trap had faded into a distant, almost dreamlike reminder of the day their little family truly began, a foundational, pivotal moment in their shared narrative. Now there was only the pervasive warmth of the sun on their faces, the gentle, rhythmic sound of Gus's contented breathing, a steady assurance of presence, and the soft, continuous purr of Rusty, a constant, comforting vibration against the ground, a symphony of peace. It was a living testament to the enduring power of compassion, the unexpected ways in which lives intertwine, creating unforeseen beauty, and the unbreakable bonds forged not by blood, but by kindness, by shared experiences, and by the profound love found in the heart of the deepest, most ancient forest. Arthur smiled, a deep, heartfelt smile that reached his kind, crinkling eyes, a smile that spoke volumes of the immeasurable love that surrounded him, a love that transcended species and circumstance, a love that had truly, profoundly saved them all. It was a love story whispered by the wind through the trees, carried on the gentle currents of the forest, a testament to a life lived with open hands and an open heart.